Hey everybody, welcome back to the Old Swedes Farm. It's Rich. Potato Day. We put these in on May 15th. It's a little past July 15th, so 2 months. They're starting to go, and a couple of factors. I think their age is there, but oh, I just lost him. We have had, I think it's like the potato moth, and there's I lost him. Little white caterpillars, little fuzzy caterpillars that were here and there, and I think they've added to this, but I think it's time to get them out. They're dry. I pulled up a few weeds just a second ago and got a couple little spuds. So this is like Christmas when you're digging these up. You never know. You know there's gifts under the tree, but you don't know what you're gonna get. Last year, we thought we'd start digging it up, and it was harder than hard. Now, we worked in a bunch of good mulch, fertilizer, manure, all sorts of stuff. I'm hoping the soil's looser, but I think I'm gonna have to hand-to-hand combat here, do a little digging. I'm gonna start at one end. I'm not gonna kind of keep you for the whole thing, but let me start at one end and just go down and see what we got. I'm just gonna, little guys. Now the soil does feel, let me dig down here.
It looks better.
Little, so far little guys. I hope they're something under there bigger. There's a couple. These
Bigger
are all
ones.
like new potatoes almost.
Baby reds.
Little reds. Yeah, I think we've got reds in this container, and in the other one is whites. And most of these are kids from last year's group. We just had a bunch of stuff left over that we ended up planting. Now these are about the size of a nickel. This is not filling me with hope that there's monsters in here. Maybe the moths are gonna just give us, make us harvest early, and
Yeah, they were eating the leaves like crazy, so.
they were. There's one about, I don't know, the size of a
better.
silver dollar. And maybe this red
And I
is,
think we found more too as we got towards the middle last year.
let me, I don't want to slice any of these potatoes. You can kind of see them as they fall out. Let me do this. Let me take up one of these in the middle. Bunch of little bright little things, and maybe some of these little things we can plant in another planter and see if we can get some more stuff this year. Throw that over towards the compost pile. There's a couple. All right, let me dig. Okay, now this is good. Lots of those little tiny little peas, but some bigger. Always fun digging these up. This is 2 years in a row we've used this barrel or this raised bed. So next year we're definitely not going to use it. I don't want to, if there's something trapped in there, something bad. Nice, the soil's nice and loose. It's just I'm not seeing a whole bunch of size here. We're just gonna have a good supply of new potatoes maybe. Oh, maybe we got bigger ones down lower. Let me do this instead of having you guys along for a 3-hour video. Let me start at one end, dig down. Let me get the reds done. We'll have a little intermission, and we'll go do the whites, and we'll bring you back. So hold tight. All right, just a quick interlude here. This soil, after a couple of years of work, wow, and it's not wet. I mean, we've held off on watering the past couple days, but it is perfect. And all I've got to do, I can get right down to my plastic. Remember, there's rock and my garden fabric down here so that the water will not pool up. It will go down through the holes. But I'm just digging underneath, and these potatoes are just falling out. you know, they're just so nice in the soil. It's just a matter of digging and they fall right out. So if you can really work your soil.
Yeah, and this is a combination of, we had put a layer of chicken manure with
Straw.
straw in it. And so that even got all mixed up into it last year.
Yep, and there's peat moss, there's regular topsoil, there's manure, there's the chicken manure, there's straw. There's a lot of stuff in here. And then last year's potatoes, you know, the greens we kind of ground in there. So, and a couple of weeds. So we'll come back after we get all the reds. I just wanted to show you the soil. I am just, if nothing else, I'm just so happy with how loose this soil is. This is just incredible. I think we're gonna put carrots in here next, and this is gonna be great for their roots. So we'll be right back. All right, we're back, halftime. Through one tub. Look at this. A full, now these are not monsters. You can see on my hand, I don't have the biggest of hands, but these are gonna be an entire thing of new potatoes and some little seeds that I might throw in the ground and try for the rest of the season, see what we get. One interesting thing is we did mix up things a little bit. We cut up a couple of whites. I think this one's mostly white, although I'm seeing some reds. And cut in here close, Sal. These are the whites, and they were dug down. They were rooted, they were starting to go. Nothing coming off them really, just a little bit of growth. So we're gonna try replanting those and see what we can get. Real interesting. So anyways, a nice pot from tub number 1. We're gonna go to tub number 2, and then we'll be back with the grand finale. But this is feeling pretty good. Lots of new potatoes, so need to get a roast.
8 pounds?
Oh, it's more than that, but we need to get a roast going for this stuff. So
yeah.
Our CSA people are gonna love some new potatoes this week. All right, we'll be back. Hey everybody, we are done. We just finished like literally 30 seconds ago. If someone says that gardening is not a full contact aerobic workout, they've never really dug potatoes. This is, my heart is pounding. We've been literally, the ground is loose, but yet it's hard enough. Man, there's a lot of raking. Even with gloves, my fingernails, I'm gonna be pulling dirt out for quite a while. We got 2 buckets. We got some bigger whites, and at the end, it got some bigger reds. Now these are nothing, there's no bakers out of this whole thing. This is gonna be, grab some carrots, grab some potatoes, see if we've got a few onions that are mature, get a roast. Yeah.
Or roasted baby reds, or
something, man.
Yep.
And our fresh garlic that we picked the other day. So we got all the fixings for an incredible roast here. But 2 months in the ground, despite the whatever it was, potato moth or whatever those caterpillars were,
yeah.
We found a couple. They died a unceremonious death while we were digging, but despite the caterpillars and despite maybe not watering them enough, it was pretty dry down below. We got 2 buckets out of a bunch of leftovers from last year, and we got all sorts of little things here that we're going to plant again and see if we can get a little something for the rest of this year. But first off, we're going to level out this soil. It is totally mixed up now. We've been mixing it as we've gone. Level it out, throw a little bit more manure in there, and then get the carrot seeds in there. So get our second batch of carrots going. We'll figure out a place for these little seeds. But potato harvest number 1 for the year on right around July, what is today, 20th?
21st.
21st. So 2 months in the ground, a bunch of new potatoes out of the ground in Zone 4B, Minnesota. Thanks for watching. Speaking of that, if you're watching this far, give us a thumbs up. Hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, I don't usually ask, but if you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you join us along on the journey. So thanks for digging potatoes with us today. See you later.